I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, approval of the minutes from July 2nd. Any changes or comments, additions, corrections?
Motion to approve and suspend the reading.
Okay, motion by Wolf.
Second.
And second by Stern. Discussion. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Thank you. Approval of the agenda. Any changes or additions to the agenda? Mr. Edwards, we'll put you on 6E for request of citizens. Is that
I thought I just came to kind of get a sense of where the street
okay?
project was.
Okay.
I don't.
Okay. Sounds good. Thank you. Any other changes? Okay.
Make a motion to approve the agenda as presented.
Thank you, Dan. Motion by Pillar.
Second.
Second by Hack. Discussion. All in favor of the approval of the agenda, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Thank you. 5A, street project. And with the street project, we have pay estimate number 3 and the B&D requisition. You all have a hard copy of that, I believe. Come on up.
So I guess just a brief rundown on where the project's at. So the concrete work for the curb and gutter and whatnot, they're kind of moving in that southwest part of town now, kind of moving from, I guess, 3rd Street area west, west and down to the southwest corner there. Paving, they're overlaying some of the 2-inch mill and overlay roads. Actually, some good news here. 3rd Avenue between 3rd and 5th Street, they're doing that currently, and the road's looking good, holding up well. So,
And just come across it.
Yeah, so that's looking good. Hopefully the remainder of those areas hold up as we progress through there. So good news with that. I guess any questions on
Divide, where we have a divide, did they get that with the cement stabilization down?
Divide? I think they're currently working on the cement stabilization up there right now. They got the pavement removed. I didn't actually swing through there when I got to town, but talked with John, and he said they're working on the cement stabilization up there right now. So,
Yeah, I think they worked on
They worked
Saturday.
Saturday and Sunday, got it
Yeah.
all stripped off of there.
Yeah.
so progressing along.
Okay. Before we talk about the B&D request and the engineer's invoice, anybody else have any questions? The one thing I'm hearing a lot of now is what's the plan for coming back and fixing boulevards where the curbs are pulled out? Is the concrete company going to come back and do that then? Backfill, level out, hydro seed, hydro mulch?
Yeah, so some of those areas have been backfilled, not all of them. There's probably still some areas where they haven't put the topsoil back in. I think Mayo's actually handling getting that backfilled for them. But yeah, once, I suppose they're kind of following them at some point with the backfill. But once everything's done, the seeding company, it's Monster on the company. They'll come in and seed and hydro mulch everything at once. So.
I did notice on Saturday, that they had a track hoe and they were just pulling the dirt from where they piled it on the boulevards, pulled it on into the hole, and they weren't hacking it or anything. They just kind of left it and making more of a mess, I think, than backfilling it without packing it in a little bit. So I'm not sure if you guys, it's not going to work the way they're doing that. So I think it was just, maybe they just try to get someone working, get some hours in or something, because it was a poor effort to backfilling. And
Yeah, what area was that?
I know it was right in front of my house.
Okay.
Actually, it's on 5th Street. On 1st Avenue, I backfilled my own, so I was tired of looking at it.
Okay.
I wanted to mow.
Yeah.
So I did that myself, but they did it on 5th. And I noticed all along 5th, there was like 4 or 5 spots there that was not going to work out. Any other questions of the project? When do we talk about negotiating a little bit on certain spots where work is being done twice?
So.
Is that
like,
something Luke is putting together, or?
Yep, so we're getting kind of a handle of, the exact what's been done for patching, and then we'll have to, have a conversation with the contractor as to what, negotiate with them basically and say, this is what we feel is your responsibility, this is what's the city's responsibility.
Sure.
So when we can start, we'll start that probably into this week here and get into the finer details with them on it. This pay application here, we've taken off what we had for quantities for patching on Divide and Diapolis.
Okay,
Subtracted both of those out.
Okay.
And that was about $21,760.
Okay.
That's what we removed there for that work. So.
On Central today, I noticed that they milled out a big spot that was paved.
Yep.
And they're putting cement stabilization in there. What happened there? Why is that being milled out of there now?
That, when they were paving that, their trucks and the paver were kind of sinking in. And they were able to get the paver over it, but it's still not something we wanted to leave. So they had to remove that out. I can't remember what the area of that one is, but they'll come in and cement stabilize that area because it was fairly soft.
So is that a spot we're gonna get charged for the asphalt they put down when they knew it was soft, or?
We'll deduct that.
Okay. So I know they had a barricade, not barricade, but they had cones around it to keep people off of it, but I wasn't sure why.
Is that on the northern side?
That's not up from the bank, right by the church there, between the church and Dwayne Fleeger's block.
Oh, I was
That's
thinking
central.
central, by me.
No.
Does that same thing hold true then on the south end of Gulf Street? There's two sections there that they took out that had already been asphalted.
No,
On
Gulf,
Dave's Street.
Gulf had, oh,
That's Dave's.
They repaved that today. Yeah. But after they paved that, they got to cut a couple spots off on that too.
yeah.
I bet that is the case, but if you check on that.
Yeah, I'll have to check with John on those ones.
Okay.
To be sure.
Yes,
I guess I didn't recall seeing them doing any cement stabilization or
No, they
anything in
just
there. It
did
just
a-
looked like they ground it back out of two rectangles in there, and you said they did it. filled
They
it
finished
today.
it today, but I think they put in that extra lift or something on the bottom of the,
Oh.
that bad stuff, I believe is what.
Okay, maybe that's what they did.
Asphalt patch, yeah.
That's all that.
There's one other thing too. I don't know if you're seeing it in newly paved areas, but it was pointed out to me and I'm not saying it because it's on my street, but I did notice it Saturday after I come back from watching the tornado. In front of one of the residences, probably halfway up the street on the east side. I don't know if it's from somebody parking on newly pavement put down or what it is, but there's like little,
Is it from
Little-
a camper, or
I-
your
I
neighbor
don't
puts
think
down a
it's-
trailer a lot?
No,
Do you
it's
have
not
that? Okay,
it's in front of Jeff Thomas's.
okay.
I don't know.
Well, Dave and I talked about something similar that the other day, boats and campers and fifth wheels, they dolly down their
He's-
stuff and,
He's hooked up Jerry and he's pulled into his driveway.
well, this other spot, Jeff, it could be
I,
that.
yeah, that I'm not for sure.
So
you know, right
that's something we
on
gotta watch.
38. It is 1, 2, 3, 4, the fifth house down on the east side. There's a big old bushy tree out in the front yard. Okay. It was pointed out to me by another resident, and I saw it. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll take a look.
I don't know if it's something where it's fairly shallow. I don't know.
Does it look like a tire?
It's hard to tell. It really is. I don't know if it's a trailer compression, the vehicle compression, I don't know. If it's gonna hurt. I don't know if they could rather roll over top of it and smooth that. I don't know.
Does that only have one lift on it still, or is the second lift on it?
No, ours is done.
It is.
The only street up there that I know that it's not done in North Star two is the furthest, which one is that?
First northeast.
First northeast.
Yeah.
And 10th.
Any other comments, questions? Okay. So then we have the pay estimate.
Yeah, I need a pay estimate. So the contractor applied for $1,825,012.39. There was one area where in our daily quantities we had mixed up removal of pavement versus removal of concrete pavement. So what we did was we added it to the removal of concrete pavement item, but never subtracted it from the removal of pavement item. So that's being accounted for in our pay adjustment, along with the pavement patching on Divide and the Apples. There's kind of a summary of
So that deduction, that's included in this 255,000 deduction?
no, that was, the deduction is really shown on this sheet here.
Oh, okay.
That 255, that was from one of the adjustments from one of the, from change order number.
Oh, okay.
So the total adjustment we have is $23,242.74. Again, that's for the clerical mistake on the removal of pavement item there, and then taking out some of the Divide and Diapolis patching. So our recommendation for payment is $1,801,769.65.
Need a motion?
So moved.
Motion by Wolf. Second by Stern. Discussion? Roll call.
Wolf,
Aye.
Stern, Miller.
Aye.
Hack,
I,
Overall.
Aye. Motion carried.
Next item I have was Birch Road. Monty had brought it to my attention, one of the residents along there was wondering, we have that road slated, that entire road from Highway Drive to Sunrise Drive slated for chip seal. I think the majority of it was overlaid, was that 2016? The north feeds south from Sunrise Drive was not, and we're just calling that for chip seal. I went and looked at it, it falls within the category of, similar condition to the rest of the streets that we are just chip sealing. The resident just brought the question up, so that I put a quick cost estimate together on it. It's about $6,000 to $7,000. If that.
Yeah, Monty, if you show us real quickly. Oh, by Bob Weiss is there. And
Yeah.
Didn't get
Yeah,
addressed before.
it was overlaid in 16, basically up by Weiss's, and then that was, now they redid Sunrise, so there was just this section a little bit past that alleyway.
Didn't get in.
Didn't get anything, because it was a chip seal.
Gotcha.
I guess if you guys didn't flag that as needing it, and it's not breaking up real poorly, do Dave?
I think it's actually in pretty good shape right there.
Yeah, it was very compared. I went to a few other streets that
So
we
the
have.
citizen was asking to have it chip sealed with the rest
No,
of it?
they want it milled.
He wants a mill.
I see.
The request was, since I'm gonna pay for this new street, I'd like a new street.
I don't, get a closer look.
Oh, where
This house is for sale.
Does he know the difference between direct benefit and non, you know? It's not, it'll cost him more if we do that, and his neighbors. And if we do every street in town, that's some of the things that need to be done, that the engineers didn't flag, then we're, that's why we pay you guys. So, I don't see why it needs to be done, if it's not in bad shape.
Yeah, I don't either. If it wasn't flagged by the engineers, it really doesn't.
It will be chip sealed and
Yeah.
so it'll look like it's new.
Well, yeah, they'll draw out the cracks too and everything, so. Before the chips in it.
Okay. Yeah, it's costing enough. So, okay, sounds like we're gonna pass on that.
Just wanted to show you the dollar amount, just because
Thank you.
not his request.
Thank you.
Absolutely. I guess our last item is the, our engineering invoice, for this, last month is $104,359.15. That would be their observation and contract administration term.
Okay, questions?
Is that in the file of this?
I didn't find it.
No, I don't think so.
No, it's just separate. Okay, I didn't know if you hard copied it. Okay.
Do we want to pay the engineers?
Do we need a motion on that?
Yes.
Is it just on this or also, did we do the,
No, it's not on the PID.
It's not in the pay estimate, no, it's separate.
well, I make a motion that we pay the more engineering.
Motion by Wolf,
Second.
second by Hack, discussion. Roll call.
Wolf,
Aye.
Hack,
Aye.
Miller.
Aye.
Stern. Omenauer.
Motion carried.
Is there anything else for me? Question?
I'm curious about the, I was driving around town the other day, on Fifth, it's like every corner on Fifth is tore up. And that's where all my lot pins are at, and my corner pins, are they all being counted for?
We'll check with John, but we looked at several of those, there were a few that were getting removed over there.
Because they're all like only, it's like a half off the corner of the curb, so.
Yeah, and that road was, the right of way is real narrow in there and whatnot, so
Yeah.
we'll take another look at that.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
And we need action on the B&D requisition? Okay.
You'll be requesting $1,906,128.80.
Motion to take care of that.
Motion by Pillar to pay the B&D requisition. Second by Stern. Discussion. Monty, how often does that, the requisition come back for on that? Is it,
How quickly does it come back?
how, so when will the next one be?
When we do another pay estimate.
Okay.
So we're submitting the request as soon as we do the pay estimate.
Gotcha.
Aye.
Stern.
Aye.
Hack.
Aye.
Wolf.
Aye.
Omenauer.
Motion carried. Done request of citizen. Mr. Edwards, anything else? Do you have any comments or questions?
Well, I, one general question I had, I guess maybe kind of directed toward Monty. What were the changes that we've had as we started the project? What does it look like our end will look like financially?
Until this last
change with this concrete stabilization on Divide and Deopolis, we were still right on budget. Now, we are gonna be visiting with Moore and the contractor as far as other options for removals or changes to reduce some of those costs to keep us back under. We were estimating we might be as much as 125,000 to 250,000 over with all of these changes, or if there's more, so. But yeah, the next thing is looking at what can be taken out of the project now and bring that back down.
So Mr. Edwards, we're questioning some of the aspects of how the contractor did a few things by opening up the asphalt as early as they did and leaving it for so long. Is it degrading faster because they open? Is it just circumstance that is out of everybody's control? So that's part of the reason why we're trying to negotiate a little bit. With it.
There's a lot of heavy traffic on that peeled back asphalt.
Yeah.
And so we lost some of the strength of our road bed when we peeled that off and then really hit it hard with the industrial traffic.
Yeah, and while it was peeled off, we also got about 3.5 inches of rain, which is, you know, one of those things where, you know, under your control, but that's why we decided to do the cement stabilization on Divide, because it's a better product, and since a lot of it did get destroyed with the heavy traffic, it's gonna give us a better product in the long run, so.
The only other thing I noticed, when we peel off that asphalt, we peel it around the collars that protect our manholes and so on, our penetrations. And I noticed that there's a lot of breakage on those collars. You know, when we go back with an asphalt coat, it should have for the most part, should have a good vertical clean face to tack against. But some of those collars are been crushed, smashed, they're anything but square cornered anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And it's hard to pave into an irregular surface like that. It's a future pothole. It's a future, it'll probably be all right for a year or so, but those irregular surfaces that we're trying to match up to, it seems like if the contractor had left a little margin of asphalt around those collars until they were ready to lay down, it would have protected them. And then we'd have our square surfaces to pave up to.
Doug, to comment to that, today I noticed, not on my street, but close by, that they were taking a grinder and trying to clean up a couple of those edges on a couple of manholes.
That might be.
And hopefully they'll be doing that on Divide and other places too. But because I was wondering, I saw they had the skid steer with this grinder on the front, and I was wondering why they were grinding in a place where they're up in edges on those things. So hopefully
Is that what they're doing, Joe?
Yeah.
And then I'm assuming anywhere where they're replacing manhole or water covers, I'm assuming are they having to pour new concrete squaring around those or not?
I'd have to check to see if any of the ones that they hit had those, because I know there were some in town that didn't.
right.
That didn't have that, so I'd have to check into that to be sure.
Right by the swimming pool, they hit one and it didn't have concrete around it.
I know there's one on 10th, and I think it's east to Central. I mean, they ground, and it's a water cover. They ground half the water cover out. I mean, it was like they did a slow pull up. And there is if I recall, there is a smaller square of concrete. Because I drive that and I weave and juke and jive on 10th right now. Until the pavement's on. But yeah, it's, what street's Gordon Robson on? East of Central Monty. Is that for,
East of Central is first, northeast.
yeah,
First northeast.
Yeah, right in that general area on 10th.
And would that be PCS staying to do all those things after the, or who would be doing the concrete?
Yeah, I would assume they have them. I mean, because we don't have weren't really anticipating them having to do any of that, since they've damaged some, I would assume they'd have.
I know the last time we did some asphalt, they came after the fact, you cut the asphalt out around some of those manholes and covers, and then poured concrete after the fact.
That's that could be an option.
You find out, put that in your notes, that'd be great to see what the plan is for those. Okay, thank you. All right, 6A, actually 6A, B, C, and D are raffles and free reduced rent for City Hall. Let's just, I guess we'll take them one at a time. Look at a question on one. So SMC Hospice is doing a raffle for 6A, and we need a motion to approve that raffle.
So moved.
Motion by Hack,
Excuse me, sorry, that does involve the raffle and the free reduced hall rent.
okay, and free and reduced hall rent for SMC.
I'll second that.
We have a motion and a second, discussion. All in favor, say aye. Opposed? Thank you. 6B is free and reduced hall rent for M&M Pet Rescue. I know this lady's in Beulah, and she does kind of a service for Hazen, City of Hazen and Beulah for taking in stray cats and dogs and whatever else. So my only question was, is that a private business or is it something that's just more of a community service type of thing? So
Are they, is she actually like taking in pets at that time?
for that evening?
Yeah,
No.
what is?
No.
That's just for their meetings.
Organizational
Just
meetings.
organizational, yeah.
Okay.
So I don't know if I just don't want other people coming saying, well, can I have my business have free rent because this business did.
I don't recall them doing it in the past, but yeah, they.
No, this is new.
Yeah, it's a new.
And what's the cost without the reduced?
$65 for the small hall,
15 for the small,
B for the small,
50 for the small.
50 for the small, 60 for the, okay, sorry.
And they're doing the small one.
Yes. And it's only intermittently because they're using the Beulah Civic Center as well.
Monthly organizational meetings plan to use Beulah Civic Center. 2, we'll call when East Hall is in need for meetings. I don't know, if they're not making, I'm asking them, I don't know.
Oh, what I don't wanna see is us not doing Beulah, you know what I'm saying?
Well.
I don't know.
Well, then I guess when there's a meeting on the evening, I guess, who's responsible? Next to the doors and stuff to be locked.
They get a key before we close.
And yes, if there's an issue, and I guess there's no more free and reduced rent after the first time. Shannon, what's your feelings on this?
I was just thinking if they're a non-profit organization, then they qualify just like the Quilt Club or. Boy
Are they
Scouts.
nonprofit? I guess I'm not sure.
can't
I think
imagine
they are,
she's
but
money.
yeah.
She's spending money to take care of those pets of her own.
Right.
That's my impression.
Mm-hmm.
Just a question, and I don't know what the answer to this is, but is this an organization that receives pets picked up by the police
Yes.
Yeah.
I think she does that on her own.
Mm-hmm.
instead of a community service?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, what would you like to do?
Motion to approve.
Okay, motion by Wolf,
A second.
second by Pillar. Discussion. All in favor, say aye. Opposed? Okay, Dollars for Scholars permit, and let's put them and St. Martin's together. Let's do one here. the whole tuna raffles. Okay, motion by Hack, second by Stern, discussion. All in favor of these two raffles, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. All right. 7A. Monty,
As I said in the correspondence, just something to think about how you wanted to handle making changes to the ordinances, if you wanted to use a committee or how you want to do that, because there are some definite changes needed on some of our ordinances.
absolutely.
How we did that in the past, or I don't know if I can ask, how,
We really haven't done much.
have you been around before, Pat, with changes? What have we done in the past? Committees or not really?
It's been handled pretty much ordinance by ordinance. There was a time period in the early 90s when we started going through them at the law office, kind of like chapter by chapter. But without input from the commissioners, it's more helpful to have at least one or two commissioners and maybe some of the people from the city involved in the process. I've seen in some of the weeklies and some other cities are doing the same thing. I can tell you I'm not a fan of the model ordinances. They, in my opinion, are already 50 years outdated in terms of the language that's used in those model ordinances. And so I would hope in your process that you've done more modern statutory type drafting like the legislature uses with statutes that remove all these shells and legalese, to get things right instead of having a shell where there should be a may or there should be a must or something else, some other words. But anyway, I think it's beneficial to have a mixed group involved in the process.
I agree. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, we could start with staff, Shannon, Tammy, the people in the office going through the stuff that we are aware of, bringing it to your attention and then addressing it that way to get those main things that we need to take care of, taken care of. Our junk ordinance, our pet ordinance, our.
Where I work, we have a rolling 3-year review of all of our procedures. Do we want to entertain the idea as a city to kind of make that somewhat evergreen, having it a reoccurring event, as opposed to waiting for a citizen to say what's going on with this, type deal? That way we are trying to maybe stay on top of that activity.
The other thing that drives ours is the legislature. I mean, if there are changes that can affect, our ordinances, since we're home rule,
There are home rules.
are pretty much up to us, but there are sometimes the legislature has.
You're probably maybe talking about, Dan, more so the nuisances, the stray dogs.
I think across the board.
Across the board.
And what I would propose is that we do some type of reoccurring timeframe like that, and then the exceptions would be if there's a legislative action and stuff that prompts an activity to occur on a particular ordinance, then you address it at that time, and you might check that off as being, start the clock again type thing.
Well, I think you'd still want to keep your 5-year thing, otherwise they're gonna get
Out of sync.
out of sync and then they'll never catch up again, but yeah, that's a good idea, I think. I would think 5 years.
I just, when I look at the ones that we have right now, there are some that were, the last time that they were probably even looked at might have been many years ago.
Some 70s, 60s.
Yeah.
It's going to be a
And it-
challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you don't do that, then you're gonna find out that you have an ordinance that says, that you could be arrested for spitting on the sidewalk, or, some.
Would you have that?
We're keeping that one. I think to start with, we've got about a half dozen hot button issues that we really need to address. I think we all know exactly what those are. And some of those come with enforcement though too. you know, we have some things in place that we just need to, maybe we need to give our enforcers a little bit more of support, I suppose, but anyhow, that's the dogs, the abandoned vehicles, the houses that are in disarray. The house I drove by on the way here, the grass, the weeds are this tall again, and last time we cut it was just because I took pictures and sent them to the landlord. But we have our own weeds too we need to take care of. So anyhow, we got some things we really need to work on.
So why don't we go down that path to begin with here? Identify those, have the staff take a look at it, and then some of us can pull in and review it with them or whatever.
Great, thank you. Building permit variance request from Josh Meisner.
Yes.
Shannon, you tell us.
Basically, he wants to just do an addition on his house. The thing is, he wants to build it up to the property line.
To the property line.
There's a picture, I don't know if it's on my phone, you have the picture where you can see the actual lot. I have a little flag there showing where his lot line is. It's right on the left side of the trees. So that would be where his house would go. So, and those trees are oaks. And he said he was gonna talk to them about trimming them, cutting it back. Yes.
So now it looked like it was a 10-foot variance is what he was looking for, but he's 15 feet off the line right now.
He is exactly 10 feet off his property line,
he's
but he's
10 feet.
15 feet away from the neighbors once he does the addition. So he'll still have that 15-foot fire distance.
The other thing is,
I see.
his lot is commercial.
Yes. He's supposed to be 7.5 feet. It's supposed to be the farthest they're supposed to stay away, but now he's gonna go right up to the edge of his property line.
7.5 feet from the property line.
That whole block is dual.
Yeah, my house is like this far away from my neighbors
No.
too, so I mean.
It's not dually zoned, it's
No, it's commercial,
Just,
straight
his is
commercial.
just commercial and then the
but
other
they're
ones
supposed to
are
follow the
residential.
R3 requirements, which is the 7.5 feet, so when they're in commercial. But the houses down in that part of town are all just
Yeah,
really close together. If he can't have the 10 feet, he doesn't think he can do the addition. He's putting in a bathroom, a bedroom, and a big closet, because right now that house is teeny. I asked him if he could take less, he's hoping for 10. If you guys are willing to maybe give him less, I can check with him if that works. But it doesn't pay to do it if it's not gonna be.
so Monty, take us back to the application. So he's only coming straight south, or is he?
No.
Oh, he wants to move east also.
Yes, and he will be far enough back on the front, it's just the side where he'll be encroaching on the neighbor.
He hasn't talked to ops yet.
He said he was gonna at least talk to him about the trees. Because they are, I had to go out and find where his pin was, figure out if the trees were his or ops, and the trees kind of go like this, so some of them are kind of on his lot, and some are kind of on theirs.
And they're not small really small trees.
There's some big ones in the back.
How close would he be to, I know ops, what we see right there is their garage.
Right, it could be exactly 15 feet.
Okay, and then so, but the living quarters, it's gonna be 20 or more feet away from it. 'Cause the
Yeah,
house
25
goes
is
back.
not more. Yeah.
We have precedence on this, Monty,
Variances have been all over the.
all over the map.
Yeah.
He's making it look pretty nice so far, Peter gets it finished.
Mhm. And sadly, he's got a lot of room everywhere else but that direction.
And he said it's just not feasible to do it and to turn it around just the way the floor plan is inside, it would cost too much to do.
From south a long way towards Main Street.
Is this something you wanna hold out on, visit with him tomorrow and see
Well,
if he changes plans or?
I'd personally like to see what Ronnie says. because if they were little itty bitty trees, maybe, but I don't know. I'm not against it, but it could get into one of those things if Ronnie says, well, yeah, that's fine, but I'm not paying to remove the trees and, you know.
Because it would seem that it wouldn't be feasible if Ronnie's not willing to trim the trees. Just
Right.
looking at the way the branches are and all that kind of stuff, I don't know what kind of addition you could put on and fit it in with the trees, with the height of the branches and stuff like that.
I guess I'm a little more concerned with going right up to the property line, regardless of the trees.
Yeah.
Building up to your property line, that's kind of,
My neighbors is right on the property line. I can touch their
I
house.
think
and
the
that was probably
difference,
years ago.
the difference is with these
Why not?
trees, you know, do you want, how will it look if you got a tree that's just got branches going one way and shaved on the other?
Unless Bob was willing to cut down a couple of those trees.
Well,
I'd like to hear what Ronnie has to say, you know, and not so long ago, Dave's neighbor did south of him. She wanted to build a deck that went all the way to her property line, we wouldn't let her. Now it's a deck, you know, we're never looking at footings and,
to bring up property lines and trees, if it's in Josh's. if
you can
it's-
cut them.
You can cut 'em.
That's between them as property owners, yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't matter where the bottom is.
You're still gonna have a growing tree right up
Right.
against your footing.
Yeah, I'd like
Is
to
that
see
gonna
that.
cause problems?
Yeah, I'd like to see what Mr. Alp says first before.
That would be another thing to dig in footings there.
Mhm.
You may be damaging root structure, I don't know what's the ruling on that, does that matter?
And I don't think
If the trees are all around the neighbors, you can cut down there and cut all the roots away and
it's your
it's.
property.
Between the neighbors, yeah.
I don't like going up to the property line. I know in the past, a long time ago it's been done, like if you're a neighbor, but I hate to see a young guy not be able to, you know, improve his
Right.
home. He's already stuck a lot of money into it too. But
I'm wondering about, could he come on the way you said come south more? Would we be able to, if he needed to have more of a, say, like a variance to come farther south, because he still has to stay so far off the front, he's got a 25-foot boulevard, and then he's got to stay 20 feet back, that doesn't leave him a whole lot of space, but look how close Ronnie's garage is to the street.
Monty, show us the overhead view, would you, again, please, on your ways.
I guess I'd like to see if he can do something with coming south.
Yeah, I mean, if he needs to, at least that would only be the bedroom he'd be messing with, but I think he needs the plumbing on the other side, and
Because the image we have here in our, that you emailed us, you know, if he came, you know, there's 30 feet to go the same distance where Ronnie's garage comes out towards Main Street. There's a
like
lot of,
bigger is easier.
there's a lot of room there. It's-
Yeah, what'd you say, it's 20, Shannon, it's 25-foot boulevard,
Boulevard, yeah.
and then he's gotta stay another 20 off that,
Yep.
so that's 45
Dude,
feet.
I-
And even in the alley, he's got an alley,
You know,
he has to stay off the alley.
That's far up there, there's the front of Ronnie's, what, I'd assume we'd let it go that far at least. Casey, just down?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of room there. Is he in a big rush? Can he come to the next meeting? And
I think he's in a big rush,
Okay.
but yeah, I told him to call him tomorrow.
maybe if he can come to the next meeting, and by then we should hear from
Let him
Ronnie.
know that our general consensus is if he could come to the south, we're hesitant for a couple of reasons, you know, the trees are one, and just being to the property line, and we have, just with that little deck over there, they brought that back away from the property line.
Yeah, you could reference that, but yeah, so you can see there's a lot, he comes south quite a ways, we match the front of Ronnie's garage to the street there. So, yeah, contact him with that. Thank you. Reports, water, sewer, street, cemetery, anything going on the streets?
But I do have one thing I need to pass out. Dave got a little bit, we got cleaner copies of what I brought up here a few meetings ago on our dump truck situation, if you could pass those down. There's two different quotes here, and I'll explain, pretty self-explanatory. No
This
brainer,
is,
if you will.
this is the second.
Yeah, there's two.
There's two, that same
Yeah,
dollar
there's
amount?
no, there's an 8 and a 3,
This
3,300.
materials and the, like you have the one material.
This is 3,200.
Sorry. There should be 8,000 and a 33.25 or something like that.
Yeah, 8,000.
Got it, everybody got one?
Yeah, there you go.
So
Yeah,
basically
those
what
two
this
up there.
is the $8,000 is to take and use the existing Freightliner box shell, take the plastic liner out and line it with metal, okay? That'd be $8,000. Or labor to remove box and hoist from the old International truck and install on the dump truck, or on the garbage truck when we get rid of the compactor. That's only gonna cost us $33.25. How long is he gonna hold this bid for?
I would think that the labor one moving the box would stand quite a while.
Okay.
I'd like to go that route when we're ready to go that route. I don't know if we need to approve it now,
No, he just rolled it up.
but I just wanted to point that out to,
The box, the plastic liner is bad on the freight liner. And initially I thought of taking the box off the International and putting on the freight liner. And then just scrapping the freight liner's box because that plastic liner is bad. But then we've been talking about taking that old garbage truck and converting it to a dump truck when we bid a new truck. Well, then we'd have to go out and buy another truck box to put on it. Well, rebuild the box that's on the freight liner. That way that International box will be sitting there and ready to put on the Sterling when we get to that point of picking up a new garbage truck. Just have to go out on the open market and buy another box again. We already got one, it's in good shape. The hoist and the framework
I mean-
is good on that freight liner, so that plastic liner can't be repaired.
Then we'd be down one dump truck, or one garbage truck, right?
Well, that's what, no, we wouldn't do that until we bid the new garbage truck then.
When's that gonna be? Another year,
Planning on the 19 budget.
19 budget?
But I just kinda got that pricing, so we knew where we would be when we get to that point.
and I just don't know, I don't like this $8,000 bill with
Uh,
taking the plastic liner out and rebuilding the freight liner existing box. I'd rather see if we can shop for,
Another box.
yeah,
I called Dickinson Truck Equipment, I'm waiting for a call back from them. That way we can compare what a new box costs compared to rebuilding.
right.
I'm waiting for a call back from them on that.
Yeah, I wanted to get that out there, but yeah, it's just tabled, but just to give you.
I agree, the 8,000 seems pretty steep, so
Yeah.
see what we can find.
So,
Anything else for street and cemetery?
no, other than that, I think, everybody's with their meeting last week, Friday. I think we're in the right direction. Everybody's on the same page with our street projects, so.
Okay.
That's all I have.
Finance, busing,
Nothing.
police, fire, forest.
Gary and I had an opportunity to do performance appraisals for both Police Chief Wolf and our forester, John Dahl. They went very well. I asked both of them for continuous update information on the activities that the police are partaking in throughout the city, not the names and everything, but just the type of activities. And the same thing with Mr. Dahl. And so just a brief update, because sometimes I think it's not always visible on what's going on with the forestry department. John has been watering, he's planted about 35 new trees throughout the city. They are working right now on cutting down some diseased black ash that we have in some of the ditches coming into town from down near Krause's in that ditch there. closer to the edge of town there, you can see some black ash there that are diseased. They are also monitoring the elm trees for Dutch elm disease throughout town. And there is a plan, I know the question is asked often, on the roadway going out north of town, out toward the lake. There's been over the last couple of years, a couple of trees that have been cut down. Some of them were damaged from storms and stuff like that. And he is planning a fall planting along that line there to replace some of those trees that have been taken down. That's it.
Questions for Dan? I just want to touch on that. I thought when we had Jim in here and John the other day, I thought it went very well. And so we did increase their pay up to their full 100% of their level. But I think they're both doing a great job. So, all right. Buster's not here for HCD. Pass on that one. Okay.
Just for his reminder of the demonstration project is scheduled to be done on Thursday the 19th.
Tuesday the 19th, and looking for help for that. Yeah. Okay.
And just to reiterate on that, it's a month-long test.
Yeah.
Or
yeah.
less.
Yeah.
More or
Or
less.
less.
And it's going to be
Make sure you
covered
put that in the paper.
up and go away.
So there's been some social media activity that
Oh, I don't.
I've read that I don't really like, so anyways.
Well, when you read it, invite those people to our meetings. I'd love to have them come in and express their opinions face to face. All right, 11A, alternate judge appointment.
When we did the reorganization meeting, we had talked about former Chief Dahl was going to be the alternate judge. He has since decided that's not for him. Myron did talk to the clerk in Beulah. She is actually the clerk of court in Beulah, and she is willing to serve as alternate judge for every town except Beulah that Myron has. So it's up to you if you want to appoint.
Any comments or questions, concerns? I don't know the person. I don't know if that matters or not, but I don't know what their capacity is or it should be.
She serves as the clerk of court over there. So.
I'm assuming if
She will have to attend training this fall.
Shoot, okay. All right.
I would think if Myron's approached her,
Mm-hmm.
that he has confidence and he's been doing that role for a period of time.
Yes.
You need a motion for that one, Nick?
Yep.
Yes.
So moved.
Motion by Hack,
I'll second that.
second by Pillar. Discussion. Roll call.
Hack.
Aye.
Miller.
Aye.
Stern. Wolf.
Aye.
Omenauer.
Aye. Motion carried. 11B, bus grant.
The formal agreement from Bus Grant, we did receive $84,858, as I mentioned in the letter I sent out to you. This is a little bit less than we had anticipated or requested, so we will be having to adjust our budget for 2019.
Do we know why, Monty, that we?
It's just a formula grant, and depending on how many requests they get approved.
And we do need a
Need a
motion
motion to
to
approve this,
accept
we
and
can
approve
put the
it.
signatures on it.
Okay.
So moved.
Okay, motion by Wolf, thank you. Second by Stern, discussion. Roll call.
Wolf.
Aye.
Stern. Miller.
Aye.
Hack.
Aye.
Omenauer.
Aye, motion carried. Approval of the bills.
Well, it didn't look too bad, so Josh sent me the one for the contractor's estimate.
We already approved that one,
That's
right?
already approved, yes.
So that's not so bad, as long as we don't pay it twice.
Motion approved.
Motion by Hack. Second by Stern. discussion? Roll call.
Hack. Stern. Miller. Wolf.
Aye.
Omenauer.
Aye, motion carried, meeting adjourned. Thank you all.